Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Darren will be joining us in just a minute. Um, and happy Friday, everybody. Uh, Boy, was it cold this week.
How cold was it?
Um, Haha, I don't have a, well, so cold that, we all had cool waters. And when I say we all had cool waters, here's the thing. Okay, we lucked out. The city's water system held. We didn't lose, water or power or anything like that. But the pilot light to our water heater blew out, and I couldn't get it relit, even following the dopey directions printed on the side of the water heater, because they have this little bitty light spot, where you can see to watch the pilot light on, but you can't really just by sitting there and looking down at it. When we blew $140, basically called a guy to come and take a look at it yesterday. He used his phone and used the camera on that to kind of blow it up so he could see the little window, and as he's pressing the button on it to send the spark and light the pilot light, he could see when it had finally lit. And I'm like, and he said, yeah, they're like that, but so imagine it's a low of like 19, 16 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and we have no hot water unless I use a kettle or something like that to kind of warm up some water. Yeah, so we all had cool waters this week, whether we wanted them or not. But finally, we got that done. We're gonna have another round of the cold weather this weekend, and after that, it'll get back to the more normal, for Louisiana winter, kind of thing. So yeah, that was our excitement, and I did take some pictures of all the snow and everything. There's like all the shady north exposure spots in the yard and everything behind trees and stuff still have ice, and they have been melting, but they will stop melting this weekend for a little while. But hey, it's winter, and meanwhile, our friends in Australia are dealing with a heat wave, so it makes me think of the joke about the statistician who has his head in the freezer and his feet in the oven and says, on average, I feel fine. So, yeah, so frogs in January. Oh my goodness. Sarcastic. I know this would be before your time, but you've got me thinking frogs in winter, which was the secret phrase in an episode of G.I. Joe. And if you're familiar with that episode, Cobra Commander actually has a 6-7 moment, but before there was such a thing. But anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You're watching on your TV too. Darren watches YouTube videos on his big screen TV, and it's a really fun way to do it. But yeah, the thing that I learned with the pipes, and it's going to depend, and I'm just going to share this because it's good, public service announcement kind of thing. But what I found out, researching a little bit more on it, is it's going to depend on your house. If you are in a house that's on pier and beam, so there's space underneath, or you've got exposed pipes, yeah, you want to keep something running so that they don't freeze. If you're on a slab, then you want to look for the pipes that are exposed to the outside or on an outside wall. Because and we figured this out. The warmest tap in the house was in the center of the house, where it's got like the entirety of the house, the slab, the ground on top of it, and the pipes are in the middle of a warm house. Meanwhile, the coldest tap in the house was over in the kitchen, which is on the north wall. So, when and if you've got pipes like that, a sink or whatever, open up the cabinets so that warm air can get to them and it can keep, the pipes from bursting. So that's what I did. I had the kitchen cabinet with all the, cleaners and everything else and all my supplies for Natron. It's all in there. And, I'm glad I don't have small children to deal with. And the duck doesn't get that curious about things in the kitchen. So, we had that open to keep it from getting too cold. So that was what we were doing. And I'm just glad
we have a house full of cats. So
yeah. If you have curious critters, then you're going to have to watch out for that. But for tonight, we're honoring the Feast of Newt, which is the beginning of February on our calendar. And, that also happens to be mine and Darren's anniversary. So, actually this year's 30 years together. So, woot. But that's why we have our candle for Newt. And I decided...
Is that February 2nd?
February 2nd. But
happens to also be Shannon's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Hey, good things happen on that day. So happy birthday to Shannon. Now what I did for something fun, because we have our candle for Newt, and I decided, well, let's put Geb at the base around her. But the two rocks that I have here are no ordinary rocks, or well, at least not for here. Where we went in September, they would be ordinary rocks, because this one I picked up in the parking lot next to our hotel in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And this other one came from a stop on I-40, probably close to Santa Rosa, which is east of Albuquerque. I just stopped and got a couple of rocks. Threw them in the trunk and we kept going. But I'm going to bring them to the camera because the thing is, the colors in them are so amazing. And I don't know if this one really shows, but...
I saw the quartz sparkle.
But yeah, this actually has like some sparkle to it. But this is some... In the sunlight, it looks pinkish, like a pinkish purple. And actually, it's probably some of the same granite that the Sandia Mountains are, have a lot of in them. And that is what glows pink in the sunset every day, which, and that's why they're called...
Watermelon, whatever it was.
Yes, Spanish for watermelon, because they glow pink like a slice of watermelon in sunset. And, pretty much anybody that lives in Albuquerque will be able to tell you about that. That is like their fun fact. But anyway, so we have a little...
So I guess we're going to be wanting to look around the Albuquerque area.
Well, I will tell you one thing that did strike me about this, because I was looking especially at the color of this. There are some statues, particularly of Amenhotep III, that were carved, and they were found in the Luxor cachette in the late 80s. And there's one of him as a tomb. And it's carved in a purplish granite that's probably very similar to this. And they chose that color because it had kind of a solar but ethereal kind of quality, something they thought would be appropriate for a tomb. And again, you can probably find pictures of it. If you go and look on Wikipedia for statuary of Amenhotep III, you can find things of him that are done in this particular kind of granite, and it looks very similar to this. So that's what we have representing Geb. And Newt is kind of doing like the sky and reaching high above him. And so he's at her feet and she's spreading out and forming the heavens, and that's, what we have for our representation, this evening. So, and when we do something next month for Geb visiting Anapu, I'll get some more of our New Mexico rocks, to represent Geb. So. Oh, and Ashley and Roma Blunt say happy birthday to Shannon. And and happy anniversary. Okay, thank you guys. Oh goodness.
My birthday's later this month.
Yeah. Oh wow, you have a piece of Crazy Horse Memorial that broke off while making it. Wow. Um. hmm. Yeah, we need some good artwork for Geb. So as I'm doing more artwork for deities, I think I need to do something for Geb. Because I actually have something that I did in that cosmology, where you've got Geb laying down and Newt arched over him, but that's kind of hard to make icons of. So need to have something of him seated, So, uh, but I'm also working on some other stuff, like a collage or something involving the other thing with Newt is the sky and Geb in the mountains.
I've seen
Photoshop thing, but
I remember seeing images of not safe for work Geb reaching up to meet Newt.
yeah, some of those images are not safe for work. Yeah, I mean, arguably, some of that artwork of Newt is not necessarily safe for work because she is naked. But how do you?
I wished you happy birthday over the internet.
I said thank you, but I don't think I said it very loud.
Okay,
Thank
yeah.
you, Sharon.
Absolutely, we love
People
you.
on the chat.
Yeah.
We're saying.
Yes. Yeah. Well, they. Well.
Oh yeah, we just got a card.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations, guys. Oh, and another.
Later.
Yeah, and another bit of good news. I think we can say that so far so good. We were concerned about whether or not Darren's job would be funded after today, and so far it seems like they are. So
what I've been told is when there's
That's
nothing
good
yet,
news.
show up for work Monday.
okay, yeah. So it's sort of no news is good news. Keep going. Yeah. So that's how that's going. All right. Well,
and in terms of your artwork of Geb, I guess you'll Geb around to it.
I love your dad jokes.
I took a class.
Yeah. You know what? On that note, guys, now that everyone's here, and I'm sure some other folks will be.
Happy birthday, Shannon. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you too, Darren.
Okay. Well, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, yeah, because we've kind of killed about 15 minutes. But, oh, and Ashley Smith ordered in praise of Ishtar yesterday. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you'll enjoy it. And
order 5 for your friends and 1 for your enemy.
oh no! Well, hey, look, you order 1 star, but that's great, awesome. Thank you so much. But let's go ahead and get started. And the water that we have in our vase has been sitting here all week. I figured probably leave it like it is because I didn't want to get something cold from the tap. So it can't be as bad as some of the stuff we were having to use to wash dishes and do whatever else this week.
That's true.
So yeah, we all had the cool waters. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, O Yanoshuru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. And we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. Hey, man, it wasn't as bad as the stuff that I was having used this week.
Yeah, I know it wasn't, but still.
It's so kind of got your attention. Yeah.
When I do it,
For my pure
mine
spirit.
is absolutely cold. It comes straight out of the tap.
Well, sorry, yeah, you're up in the mountains, so it's going to be like that cool mountain water.
Yes. Yeah. If I could bottle it and give you some.
We had plenty of that this week. And I tell you what, something else that I did when we finally got the hot water going again was I filled Indiana's little pool with warm water, so she'd have something, for old and possibly, slightly arthritic ducky joints. I wanted her to have some warm water, so she had a heated pool this morning. But all right. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now, and has been with us in the past, and will be joining us in the future. This eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
I tell you, what's really powerful is when you're lighting that candle and you're saying that, to imagine that someone is lighting a lamp in a mud brick hut, and it's dark outside, and there's no light until they light that lamp. And it shines like Ra in the twin horizons. The evil hides in fear of it. That's the light dispelling the darkness and creating a safe space, a sacred space. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
It actually was quite opportune. You're talking about the eye of Horus.
Yeah.
And who die for his sneeze. So it's all interconnected.
And a shoe. But
Yeah.
yes. I sneezed out shoe, I spat out Tefnut. But we're going to light our candle.
PG version.
Yeah. Going to light our candle for Newt. And we'll light, since tomorrow's the full, is it tomorrow that's the full moon? Finish this weekend.
Yes, it is. Tomorrow.
And so we'll light the candle for Jehuti.
Constu and Tahuti on mine.
Yeah. Mama Sekhmet, she may bring peace and healing to all those who need it. And to Mahas, that he may protect all of those who are in the path of weather, whether it be cold or storms, the wildfires in Australia, all of that. So we light this candle for everyone.
He also helps rein in the arrows.
Yeah. You arise in the Akhet as Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Nut, the Great, the mistress of the shrine of Shanit in Yunu. O Yunachuru, you lords of love and lords of life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out his fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters that are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Yunachuru, these cool waters, the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood of Yunachuru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you and cleanses you. It adorns you and takes its place upon your hands. O Yunachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yunachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Nut, O Yunachuru. Drink and be pure, for the doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Nut, mistress of the shrine of Shanit, within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Ra Haraketi, for Nut, for all of these Nacharu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Haraketi. Come to your body, O Nut. Come to your bodies, O Nacharu, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Nut, Jehuti, before the Nacharu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. O Rahoraketi, and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkaparura, your foes retreat from you, and Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Oh, thank you for the super sticker. You okay?
I'm going to step back.
Okay. Yeah, I need to just keep some tissue or something in here for you. But
That's not the only thing.
okay. I do have an inhaler if you end up needing one.
I'm about to go to my...
Okay. All right. And now from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead. We light this candle that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Ta henket kakao abdus naturmahan kutnibet nofra waberakad naturim and kaanachu punibu mahru nibu hiranatra. A voice offering bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, the cause of all of our blessed dead, all true of voice before the great God. And I have to include someone from our Discord community, Sean. His dad died today. And so he and his mom are having to deal with the sudden loss and the aftermath of that. And we want to put a voice offering for his dad, but also ask Geb, who we've represented on the altar tonight to help Sean and his mom be able to navigate the difficult transition that you have dealing with someone's estate and making sure that, you know, everything can be taken care of for them, because I think there's some concerns about that. So we want to make sure to include them. Okay. Oh, and all right. That's something I did not know. Mohandas, more commonly referred to as Mahatma Gandhi. This was the anniversary of his assassination. I did not know that. But oh goodness. And there have been a lot of deaths in the news and other things that, you know, people have asked for requests, you know, on that. But something that I'm going to point out, that we had another anniversary from this week and one coming up early next week. The Challenger 7 and next week the Columbia 7. Some of you guys I know are too young to remember those. There are those of you that can say, yes, I remember where I was when I heard about the loss of the Challenger. It was 40 years ago this week. But what I can also say about that is they didn't die in vain, because the first manned mission, the Artemis 2, they're actually pushing that back because of the cold weather in Florida this weekend. That is a lesson learned directly from what happened to the Challenger, because you had similar weather conditions, it was record cold, and that caused a critical failure of things because people didn't want to push it back. So they didn't die in vain. The lesson was learned, and the Artemis 2 will be better for it. So, true of voice and truly victorious, all of them.
She may be Greek, but you should mention Artemis as well, since she's named.
Well, but and now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. The Svet is cast out by your word, and rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion for such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality for such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth for such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good for such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance for such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Oh wow, Zabala. Yeah. You're probably close to age me. You actually saw it on TV. You know what? Darren did too. I tell you what. What I'm going to do is share with you, and that's simply because I feel like that's a point in history that, especially if you've come up since then, you know you want to understand a little bit about what was the thinking and the feeling of the time, the zeitgeist. I actually wrote something this week about it. I'll give you a link, because rather than sit there and try and relate it here, it would be simpler for me to just give you the link, and it's something that you can read. It's on my Substack, but it's a free article, so you can read it, share it, whatever. But let me just pull that up. So you want to get an idea of my writing outside of paganism. There we go. That's my article about. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's actually kind of connected to that, but also connected to what we're honoring tonight, because Nut is the heavens, the sky. And there's a poem that was written by a fighter pilot who died in the early days of World War II. But the poem that he wrote became very famous. It's public domain now. But it was President Reagan that quoted from that poem when he was speaking about the Challenger. And you can say what you will about Reagan, his politics, the fact that he was probably getting Alzheimer's, getting symptoms of it even then. But he was, he was very eloquent in expressing, everyone's grief in, kind of in summation. And somebody on his staff obviously was well read enough to pull up this poem. And I think, again, it's something kind of appropriate for honoring the goddess of the sky. So I have it pulled up here. So this is High Flight by John Gillespie Magee. Oh, I have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the wind-swept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew. And while, with silent lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God. Or goddess, if you prefer. So. Steelers Nation! I was thinking of you because I happened to be looking up something today, and Yines and y'all are connected. There's some etymology behind them, and so I was thinking about that. But yeah, we're just reading some things in honor of the goddess Nut. And so did something a little different and borrowed from a poem. If anybody wants that, like I said, it's public domain. I can share with you the link to it. It was really popular among the Air Force RTC guys when I was in college. I wonder why. But. Okay. Hail, O Newt the Great, Lady of the Sky, Mother of the Gods. Hail, O Newt, the Divine One, the Great Goddess, Mother of Ra, Mother of the Stars. Hail, O Newt, she of 1,000 Bas, Mistress of the Shrine of Shanit in Unu. The Yins or Yins? Okay, Yins. Yeah. The story behind that, real quick, is okay, because I was looking up the proper way to use archaic English because it actually does conjugate. Thee and thou is singular. Ye is plural, and because that kind of dropped from ordinary usage, Yins or y'all as a contraction of you all came about to fill in the place of a plural you. That's why we tend to use y'all here in the South. Apparently, the Indian community in South Africa also tends to use y'all, and there's like a couple of other places in the world that use y'all as a contraction and a replacement for ye. If you think like God rest ye merry gentlemen, that's because that fell by the wayside. They needed a plural way to say you, and so that's where both of them came from. So the more you know. Hear ye, yes. Yes, the Columbia, we lost that in 2003. The reason why Darren and I remember that so vividly is we were in Austin, Texas that weekend. We drove back home through the area that was the debris field. And there actually was a point when we were on Highway 79 or something. You're going through East Texas, Piney Woods, and, I saw a state trooper, and so, slowed down, of course, like, I don't want to be speeding. Well, they didn't move. But in front of them, there was a little thing that was spot on the ground that was cordoned off with yellow, marker tape and stakes, and there was a little American flag in front of it. And we thought that was kind of weird, but as we're driving along, we went, wait a minute. That was a piece of the wreckage that they found, and, they were waiting for the folks from NASA to come and get that. And the assembly point for all of the debris and all the pieces that they put together was actually our local air base. So, that was a very, very surreal point in time. And of course, because we were kids when we lost the Challenger, it's like, kind of a horrible case of deja vu all over again, But I talk about that. Like I said, if you scroll back, the link that I put up there is where I talk about it, so I don't eat up our time doing that here, because it's actually time for us to do our cookies and our fortunes.
Would like one.
Yes. And again, I always save the one from the last week so we can keep that in mind and see if there's a theme that continues. And last week we had a very, very positive message. You will lead a rich and successful life. And our wisdom text was, compassion is a man's monument throughout the years which follow his tenure of office. So, with those in mind, let's see what we have for this week. Uh-oh, I hope Indiana didn't hear the fortune cookies and think that was her crinklies. Because I heard her squeak.
She's like, "Is it time?"
Oh, look, I go to get my vitamins and she thinks I'm getting treats. So, all right, our fortune, this is for everyone. So anyone who's tuning in after the fact, this is for you too. The bottom of the ladder is crowded, but there's plenty of room at the top.
Interesting.
The bottom of the ladder is crowded. There's plenty of room at the top. But you know what that means? Keep climbing up. And funny, that's coming from Newt. So we're going to put that at the base of her candle. So, yeah, speaking of a little munchkin. Yeah. And because we started drawing a wisdom text as well, well, I've done my best to shuffle these around. So, all right, I see two of them here. If you are a man entrusted with responsibility, one whom one nobleman sends to another, be meticulous in your duty when he sends you and deliver his message exactly as he dictates it.
We heard that recently.
Yeah, so basically, don't embellish the truth and don't hide from it. Just, report things as they are. No, but there's one more. It is important that one should practice the discretion appropriate to the prudent man. Now, what's interesting is I know folks have gotten that as kind of like a call out. This is for everybody. So it is a good message to use discretion, be prudent, report exactly as it is told to you or appears to you. So, all right, now we're getting some requests in. Okay, Yamano, you said you wanted cookie or fortune or
whichever one works.
Alrighty. I'll tell you what. The fool who will not listen, he never accomplishes anything, for he discerns knowledge in ignorance.
What was that?
The fool who will not listen, he never accomplishes anything, for he discerns knowledge in ignorance. So he confusing knowledge for ignorance, or ignorance for knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, but I notice it's kind of a I think the message collectively that we're getting is if you keep your aspirations high, keep pursuing the top of that ladder, metaphorically. And again, Newt is telling us this. But the discernment is going to be very critical to that. Not getting, caught up, especially, the whole don't doom scroll thing. Yeah. You cannot ascend the heights of Newt by doom scrolling. Or by reposting things. Don't repost something just because it sounds good.
Or bad.
Right. Okay.
You're likely only getting a fraction of what actually going on.
Right. Huh. As Val saying, yeah, English used to have a gender neutral pronoun ooh. See, that's kind of cool. I'm just catching up in the comments.
Thou, thine.
Oh yes, and stay away from ChatGPT. Oh goodness, yeah. Okay, but we're going to start with Katie asking for one from Geb, and then Lucas from Raw. And I tell you what's really cool, and I'm going to have to make sure to take a picture of this. I realized this camera is at an angle, so you know it's meant to kind of get as comprehensive of a view of the shrine as possible. But if I were to move it to where you were directly in front of it, you have Newt, and then Ra is directly above her, which is kind of capturing the idea of he is ascending the heavens and ascending the body of Newt. But let's start with Katie, who asked for a cookie. Oh, no, that was kind of cool. That landed. Katie, a financial breakthrough awaits you this Wednesday. A financial breakthrough awaits you this Wednesday. Awesome. Oh, and definitely, you mentioned having a procedure scheduled for the 17th. Tell you what's weird about that. That's Darren's birthday. It's the Lunar New Year, and it's Mardi Gras. So I hope that means good things, and so that your procedure is a resounding success. And we ask Sekhmet to be with you with that, and for it to be a resounding success. So, but yeah, it's interesting. And from Geb saying you're going to have a financial breakthrough. I suppose look for a theme with that. And Lucas asking for a fortune from Ra. Sorry. Nope. Oh. Ask the boss. The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades. On Thursday, a supportive friend will offer valuable advice. So, Lucas, on Thursday, a supportive friend will offer valuable advice. Oh, what a sweetie. I'm going to have to give her some treats after this. Oh, okay. Oh, and Cater's also asking a wisdom text from whomever. Okay, hang on. And then Cranberry wants a fortune. So, all right. Well, Katie, you asked for a. Yeah. She doesn't come in here because the light is actually we've got plenty this way, but behind the pan lights that I've got, it's kind of dim, and so she doesn't see very well. So she won't come in here. Otherwise, I'd let her just walk in here and tell everyone hello.
She has cataracts, doesn't she?
Yes, she has cataracts, but we keep everything in a consistent place and don't change things around, and she gets around really well. And there are times when you wouldn't know otherwise that she had them. But, oh, wow. Katie, I ended up pulling up, wait, was there two in here? Yes. So you asked, and you shall receive. So, Katie, these were your wisdom texts. It is the mother who gives birth, but it is the road of life which gives a companion. Secondly, the character of him who does right is more acceptable than the sacrificial ox of him who does wrong. So yeah, to kind of adjust the wording a little bit, our mother gives us birth, but the road of life gives us a companion, a friend, oh, excuse me. And the character of the one who does right is more acceptable than the sacrificial ox of the one who does wrong. So it's not the money, but the good character that counts. So Katie, that's your wisdom text. Next is Cranberry, I believe. Yeah. So Cranberry. Happiness will be found in the little things. Happiness will be found in the little things. Okay, next, Opal System from Hoppy. Okay. And then Soriader wants a cookie. So, yeah, we'll start with Opal System. Asking Hoppy for a bit of wisdom. All right, and this is from the Papyrus Inn Singer. Do not say the chance is good and forget the fate in it. Do not say the chance is good and forget the fate in it. In other words, saying, oh, well, I got a good shot at this, and not realizing that, there's always the possibility of something else. So don't leave things to chance. Okay, wow. But, yeah, Opal System, that was for you. And then Soriader, and then Zabalin. So Soriader. Soriader. Your passion for sports will keep you young and full of vitality.
All right.
Wait a minute. And Yamano, am I hearing a cat in the background?
Yes, he wants out.
Okay, because that really confused me for a second because I was like, Indiana doesn't make noises like that. But, well, Soriader, I guess that could be a message to do something physically active because it will keep you young and full of vitality. But if there is something that you enjoy, keep it up. Okay, next up, Zabalin and Katie, we got those for you. And then we got our Discord cookies. And okay, Sarcastic, you're wanting something for full moon shenanigans. Yeah, okay. All right, and have a good weekend, Katie. Stay safe and well. Okay, and where is it? Crazy Plant Lady, could I get a cookie? Okay. And let's see, Ariadis was almost too late. Perhaps a cookie from Almond or just the nut shitter in general. Okay, oh, and the mask. Okay. I don't know, but okay, yeah, it's not too late to get a cookie. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody. So we got that. Let's see. Let me get those Discord ones out of the way, and then we're gonna pick up with Sarcastic for your full moon shenanigans, and then scroll down to Ashley Bradley, and go from there. Because also know Mary Twelpa Wet and some other folks asked for one Crazy Plant Lady. So don't worry, you're in the queue. Just hang in there. So we're gonna start with our Discord ones. Let's see, Astra, Pink Jade, and B for our cookies. So Astra. Astra, embrace the beauty of cultural diversity. Embrace the beauty of cultural diversity. That's for Astra. There's Astra. Pink Jade, then B. So for Pink Jade, a lifetime of cherished keepsakes is yours to collect. A lifetime of cherished keepsakes is yours to collect. That's for Pink Jade. And lastly, for B, July will bring a newfound sense of purpose. Woohoo for Kemetic New Year's. But July will bring a newfound sense of purpose, and that is for B. So I will go next to our wisdom tags. Let's see, for Rabbit Sage, Sun, and Prism. So let's go with Rabbit Sage. Hopefully it's not a really long one. I'm making sure not to look at it, just, pull. So for Rabbit Sage, make haste to see your beloved like a horse in the open field, like a falcon diving down. And that's from the song of one of the Harper's songs. But make haste to see your beloved like a horse in the open field, like a falcon diving down. Hey, Valentine's Day is coming. and what is it with Hollywood putting out movies for Valentine's Day that are really, really awful? Because, the 50 Shades movie was like, and the book that it's based on, a lot of people were like, wait, what kind of a story are we telling here? But now they've got a movie coming out that's an adaptation of Wuthering Heights. I happened to read Wuthering Heights a year ago. That's a terrible love story. Heathcliff is a very bad character. But they're putting it out for Valentine's Day, so okay. Just my 2 cents. Anyway, I'm doing that to give you time for me to, between pulling stuff. So this one's for San.
Occasionally, they like to release horror movies around this time too.
Yeah. Probably a better idea anyway, but okay. San. Just as a servant is wont to commit sin, that's want, W-O-N-T, is wont to commit sin, so the Lord of all is wont to forgive. So just as a servant is wont to commit sin, so the Lord of all is wont to forgive. And that's from the
and that was
Stella of Nebula.
specifically talking about
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's for San. And the last one from our Discord group is Prism. Okay. Good advice is rarer than malachite, but yet it may be found among the women at the grindstones. Now, I realize one of the translations has emeralds, but precious stones like emeralds, they didn't have those in Egypt, but they did have malachite. And that's probably what it was referring to. But good advice is rarer than malachite, M-A-L-A-C-H-I-T-E. yet it may be found among the women at the grindstones. And of course, what that means is it is a rare treasure, but you don't assume that you can only find it in, rare or expensive places. You could find it from a very common and easily overlooked source. But if it's real wisdom, hang on to it. That's for Prism. Okay, and so now sarcastic for you. For your moonlight shenanigans this weekend. Wow. Do not prefer death to life in misfortune out of despair. And I realize the wording on that's a little clunky, but do not prefer death to life, out of despair and misfortune. So, yeah, sarcastic. Don't put yourself in a bad headspace.
And if you need to talk to somebody,
Yeah,
we're here.
That's right. Okay, and Ashley, it's too late to get a cookie from Anapu? Not at all. So I tell you what, Ashley and then Mary Weppelwet from the Jackals. So we'll let them give us a couple of fortunes here. Starting with Ashley and then Mary Weppelwet. So, Ashley, success and prosperity are coming your way. Success and prosperity are coming your way. And now for Mary Weppelwet. Show your true face to the people who really matter. So, Mary Weppelwet, show your true face to the people who really matter. They need to see who you really are. And I get the sense that this is very much about, okay, there's what you show the rest of the world, but they need to see you for you. So show your true face to the people who really matter. Okay, so who's next? Crazy Plant Lady. And this is the first time I've been able to watch the service live. That's awesome. Congrats. Happy to have you. And thank you for the super stickers, guys.
Be most welcome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of joining a Zumba class. I guess they concur. Yeah, I think so. So, let's see. And next would be Gabriel. Can I please get a wisdom text from Jehuti? I have some important decisions coming up. Thinking about joining a Hindu monastery under the Ramakrishna order, a beloved saint. I think you love. Okay. Okay, and Zabalin, did Katie or I know I had gotten the extra fortunes for you, and let me see, Zabalin, where were you in there? Because I might have oops and missed that one. You know what? I think I might have. So let me pull your wisdom text. Hang on, let's see. We've got Aridus and then the Crazy Plant Lady. And then Zabalin, I'll get yours. So, okay, Aridus. Oh, no, we're waiting to give that one to you. You will try a new way of cooking your favorite food, and it will turn out perfectly. So, Aretas, you will try a new way of cooking your favorite food, and it will turn out perfectly. And I wonder if that's their way of saying, hey, we love it as an offering. So, all right, Aretas, then Plant Lady, and then, and I'm just checking to make sure, because I think you asked for a cookie. Yeah. And then we'll do Zabalin and then Gabriel with the wisdom texts. So, Crazy Plant Lady. Oh, you got voicemail, as we like to say. So I think somebody was waiting to tell you something. So here we go. Never bring unhappy feelings into your home. Wow. All right. Here's the second one. Follow your dreams and you'll find your true calling. So, Crazy Plant Lady, I think they were waiting to tell you these things. Never bring unhappy feelings into your home. And I'm getting a strong sense that means people too, because there are some people that they just bring unhappy feelings with them, and your plants are going to feel that. And they might be the ones telling you, never bring unhappy feelings into your home. And follow your dreams, and you'll find your true calling. So, Plant Lady, that is for you.
Dreams are a very potent thing lately.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Zabalin, we're catching up to you with a wisdom text. And we have, it is not what men devise that comes to pass, but what the God determines comes to pass. Live, therefore, content, and let what they give come of its own accord. That is from the teachings of Ptahhotep. So, Zabalin, it's not what men devise that comes to pass, but what the God determines that comes to pass. So, therefore, live at peace with it and let what they give come of its own accord. And next is for Gabriel. Thus speaks Amun-Ra. My hands shall endow your person with protection and life. Thus speaks Amun-Ra. My hands shall endow your person with protection and life.
Dua.
And I know you're trying to make some decisions. I think you need to trust your gut and keep that in mind, and let that guide you. Okay. Okay, I remember which is long enough to know how to spell my gemstones. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to drop the Discord link, somebody's going to have to pull that up and drop that in there. But I'm going to make this our last call for wisdom, y'all. Oh yeah, I know. Zabalin said I prefer Mr. Rochester to Heathcliff. Yeah, I read that book, and I kind of thought these people are nuts. What the heck? Because the older Catherine in this one basically married for money, and then all this stuff. It's a really crazy book, So the idea that we have of romances being full of characters doing whatever. That's probably one of the prototypical examples. I haven't read it since I was in high school, but what I remember of the Scarlet Pimpernel, I think, was a little bit better for a romantic, 17 or 1800s kind of story. But that's just my thought. Anyway, because I know it's getting late and we all have a weekend ahead of us full of anniversary. Okay. Sorry, guys. There seemed to be a hiccup with that. But it says that we're live again. Well, I didn't care for it. Yeah. Okay, I was only out for a second. Good. Thankful for that. Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's funny. The story behind that is I actually while I was still more active on Facebook, I'm not anymore, except to go on groups. I'll go and check those. But one of my English professors is in my friends on Facebook, and I was asking a question about grammar when you have long chapters that are being told by one of the characters in the story, because I wanted to make sure I had that right for actually a novel that my great uncle had written that was done in that style. And, I wanted to make sure that if I was editing things, I was doing it properly. He said, well, read Wuthering Heights. That's like the prime example of it. And so I went and I got a copy. I was like, okay. So I read this thing and I see what he's talking about with the, how that's set up and the way you use your quotes and stuff in it. But I read the story and I'm like, God, this is horrible. And then like this person gets sick and dies and that person gets sick and dies and I'm like, oh, wow. I'd rather write robot smut novels. But
it sounds almost like playing Oregon Trail.
Except in Victorian, well, no, not even Victorian. This is pre-Victorian. Except in God, when is it set? Early 1800s England, something like that. But yeah, go figure. Yeah, I'll like I said, check me out on Substack. But anyway, if anybody's got any other prayer requests, I'm going to go ahead and read a prayer just for everyone, because can't have too many. Hear us, O Ra, great Lord of Yanu, and place your arms of blessing around us. Let us rejoice in your bounty, and our hearts take joy in your kindness. Tell Neat and Upwode to open their ways for us, and may you protect us with your strong arm of compassion. For you are the All-Lord, the Lord of Ma'at. Holy and splendid is your name. Khepri at dawn, Atum at dusk, Ra Harketi as you rule the nine. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yanu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Khomenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Nut. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Nut, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. All right. And if anybody else has got any requests, go ahead and toss those up because, it's don't call it over until we end the stream. But thank you so much for the super stickers, you guys. We love yous and the streams you create. Thank you so much. Okay, Rabbit Stitch, pray for my little cousin Gamma, please. No reason in particular. I just feel like she needs good vibes sent her way. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, a robot smite novel based on what? Wuthering Heights? Well, you need to read the books I've got, but request for cousin, and it's Gemma? Yeah. My little cousin Gemma. That sounds like the Egyptian word for found. Gem is to something found.
So it's the opposite of file not found.
Well, there was a shrine. I think it was actually, I can't remember if it was built by Akhenaten or if it was actually by Amenhotep the first, the third, excuse me, before him. But there's the Gamatan. But the Aten is found. But there's a lot of context. I mean, it's a common word. But like I said, your cousin's name kind of made me think of that. But oh, you gods, may you grant life, prosperity, and health, alertness, favors, and affection for all of us, but particularly for Gemma, for little cousin there. May our eyes see you every day as one righteous who sets you in their hearts. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched and bread to those who have none. Guardians of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. May you place your arms of blessing and protection around Gemma and around all of our loved ones that we think about and that we fret about. Let us have the peace of knowing that they are under your protection. And in Ma'ah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging in there with us for an hour and a half. Hope it was all good. Oh, wow. Oh, goodness. And Lucas, nervous about interacting with the initiative through prayer and tarot. I don't know why, but I just have this fear. Well, I know this is going to sound like, kind of a smarmy plug, but the video that I have coming up, it's premiering tomorrow, is about learning to listen to the divine, because there was someone who had requested, wanting to learn more about communicating with them. And it might give you a little bit of help. But, if you're afraid but don't know why, then don't get outside of, don't push yourself too far out of your comfort zone. And if there's something that you don't feel comfortable with, then don't pressure yourself. Stick with what. Sometimes those uneasy feelings, are there for a reason. Sometimes it's because there's something else that's making you uneasy. So just be patient, and the thing is, I don't want to give a one size fits all for everybody. I kind of feel like, in your case, maybe there's something that, bothers you, maybe something that you're reacting to, so just take some time and kind of introspect and figure that out. And that might give you some clarity and give you an idea of, what direction to go with them. Because, I can say that a lot of times the judgments and the insecurities that we have about ourselves, that's what we're picking up on when, we're trying to hear our chosen deities, our protective spirits, our loved ones. Sometimes the negativity that we put on ourselves can cloud our understanding. And so, part of learning to hear better is learning to still some of the noise that's in our own heads.
Way back when, you touched on this in a video and referred to it as the God phone.
As what?
A God phone. The God phone.
Oh yeah.
The ability to hear the gods.
Yeah. I might
that was
have.
ages ago.
Yeah. Okay, and somebody was saying this looks so rest. So gem like a jewel.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you mentioned it in the context of try to listen for the gods yourself, so that you can understand them on your own and you're not dependent on somebody else.
Right. Okay, yeah, and I guess Daft Babe 923. I guess you're kind of joining us kind of at the tail end of it. And what drew you to Kemetic religion? Well, that's kind of a long story. I have done some videos on that. Go ahead and check out the channel and poke around, and there might be some things that kind of explain that. I've had an interest in ancient Egypt, for 37 years or so now. It's been a long time. And, it just, things evolve organically, is the best way to explain it. But,
you will see forward and backward, it's like,
hold on. Because I don't want to keep everybody, for too long, but, meaning, Middle East and North African region. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, yeah, like I said, Daft Babe, you basically you're kind of joining us at the tail end of our little service that we're doing. We do this on Friday nights, and we try and keep it within an hour and a half because, we've got people tuning in from all over the world. Some that tune in from, Estonia and from England. We've had folks from Australia and Brazil. And it's really awesome that we have folks, we had someone who would tune in from India for a while, and I hope Lakshmi is doing well. We folks from all over, and I think for us it's just the appeal of the ancient Egyptian religion itself and the culture, and basically the fact that this they were around for longer than our modern civilization has, and they maybe had some answers to some things that we don't, and that's one of the things that attracts us to it. I think is looking for that old wisdom, and it's amazing how many things that we get. Like when we pull those little slips of paper for people, those are from the translations of the wisdom texts, and it's really amazing a lot of times how things that were written by scribes 3,000-4,000 years ago speak to the human condition now and speak to the things that we're experiencing right now. And so that's why, we do that. So I guess that's the shortest answer I can give at the tail end of a broadcast, but I'm glad you decided to tune in, and you're welcome to join us again. Check out the channel. There's lots of things coming up, including a brand new video tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, everybody. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead. Be safe, be well, and remember the fortunes that we pulled for tonight for everybody. That it's crowded at the bottom, but there's always more room at the top. But use discretion that fits the wise man and not the foolish man. So,
if somebody else's fortune rings to you, then it probably is meant for you as well.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and Rabbit says, thank you. I'll stay as long as you keep the video on. Well, thank you guys. Yeah. And I will say that one day I hope that we can get together and do something in person. And the structure of it's going to have to be a little bit different. And we'd have to save sort of the chat for, before or after, or before and after. But that's okay. One day we'll get to that point. Sometime in the future. Don't know when, but we just have to have trust that the gods are going to show us the way. I think they've already hinted at what direction I need to be looking in to go outside of the state that I'm living in. But when the time comes, I think the resources will be there. It's just not time yet. So. That's what having faith and having trust is all about. Sometimes, you can't assume everything. There are things they know that we don't, and we just have to let them show us the way. So with that
even
said,
if it looks like it's a contradiction, they will see things that we don't see, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Or a good day, depending on where you are.
Yes.
This is why we do all the stations of the sun at once during the invocation.
Right.
Because
right.
everybody at any time during the sun,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, lots of love, everybody.